Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your favorite Call of Duty campaign master here, flying. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone had a good day. I hope those of who played the Modern Warfare 2 beta enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it. I'm about 50-50 split on this one. I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on it and where I'm going to go from here. Am I going to play more multiplayer when it comes out? Obviously, yes. But I want to give you my thoughts and opinions. Let me open up my notepad here. So, these are my thoughts. So far, I think this game can lead to being a successful Call of Duty in a long, long time. I think the last successful Call of Duty we had, according to people, was Black Ops 2. I personally played the Black Ops 2 campaign, did not play the multiplayer all that much, because I think by the time Black Ops 2 came out, I had transitioned into more of a MMO gamer than a multiplayer Call of Duty person. I had put Call of Duty behind me for a little bit because I needed a break. I'd been playing the same thing since Modern Warfare, right? Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops. Black Ops, I think, was the first Call of Duty I actually grinded. But anyways, we're not talking about those. Let's talk about Modern Warfare 2 2022 Electric Boogaloo Part 2. That's right. This game has its issues, and I'm going to start with those right off the bat. So first, skill-based matchmaking is running rampant. I only believe in the 6v6 mode, so like search and destroy, domination, team deathmatch, all of the core Call of Duty modes is where I think it runs the most rampant. I think in things like ground war and invasion, it's there, but it's not like overtuned like crazy. I think they could cut back on it. Like, I know they want to protect the new players, but there are other ways to protect the new players than just saying, okay, here's skill-based matchmaking. We're going to have wolves fight wolves. I'm not going to throw any sheep in here. But come on, give the wolves some sheep so that way everyone can have fun, right? You guys say everyone wants to have fun. And that's how I feel about that. I think I don't think skill-based matchmaking should be thrown out the door. Some people say, whoa, it should just be thrown out the door. Maybe. But I think it could be toned back a little bit. I think in something like a casual play, like if you boot up quick play, I don't think skill-based matchmaking should be as aggressive as it is. I think you hit quick play, game goes, here's your ping. All right, we found the ping. Okay, and go. So yeah, that's skill-based matchmaking, or I like to call it sweat-based matchmaking, because the sweater you are, the worse the experience you have in Call of Duty, to be honest. Now, let's talk about not having Dead Silence as a perk, and it's a field upgrade again. I just feel like that's punishing people who like to run around. Me personally, I like to do a bit of everything. I like to run around. I like to camp. I like to stalk. I like to be a sentinel. As you can see, I'm trying to shoot people out of the sky with a sniper rifle out of my spawn. But that's just because I'm bored and I just wanted to have some fun. And Ground War had just come out. I think Ground War came out on. This would be Sunday. So I believe Ground War came out on Saturday? Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think I would rather, I saw someone say they would rather see Dead Silence as a perk than a field upgrade, because you never know when someone has Dead Silence, right? If they have it as a perk, you'll know when they kill you. You'd be like, oh, they had Dead Silence as a perk. Now, if they kill you with Dead Silence and you'll never know. It's on cooldown. Just saw that guy's name, EA employee, by the way. Why is he playing? Oh, maybe he's learning, because this is Ground War. Sorry. Got my gameplay going. So I think Dead Silence should be a perk. It shouldn't be this crappy field upgrade that was been completely gutted from what I've noticed. Because now when you pick it up and you yell to the whole lobby, hey guys, I'm going Bravo 6 is, it's like, oh, hey, Bravo 6 going dark, but you're yelling it to the whole lobby. Instead of, Price being like, Bravo 6 going dark, you're more like, Bravo 6 going dark. And everyone hears you. And the enemy goes, oh, he's over there by B. And you're just like, well, okay, fine. I quit. One of the things I noticed is the idle sway. It's crazy how your gun is just like, it doesn't quite sit completely still. Like your character's like, he's got shaky hands the whole time. The gun's just bobbing up and down and stuff like that. That's whenever. hackers and cheaters. They're going to be in every game nowadays. It's a billion-dollar industry. Of course you're going to have hackers and cheaters. There's no way they can really deal with it unless, they get more aggressive with it with Ricochet. Like, my honest opinion, is there a way, like, somehow Ricochet could get, like, Team Ricochet could get, like, the company credit card and just go and, like, buy anti-cheat, like, go buy the cheats and, like, hand them to Ricochet? Be like, Ricochet, what do you see here? And Ricochet goes, oh, I don't see that. And they go, okay, and then they, like, maybe reverse engineer it and detect it, something like that. Could they do that? Or is Team Ricochet like 3 people and all it is a publicity stunt? But fine. Now, I think the worst part of this game right now, skill-based matchmaking is probably the second worst. That can be dealt with. What can't be dealt with right away is the horrific UI. The UI is the worst part of this game. The UI is what hurts this game the most. And in my honest opinion, they need to fix it. I finally realized today what was wrong with the UI. The UI looks like something out of a freaking streaming service. Like, you boot up Netflix and you're like, man, this looks familiar. And then you boot up Hulu or HBO Max and you go, man, this UI really does look familiar. And then you sit there and go, oh, it's a streaming service UI. It's not even like, why did we change the UI? It's another thing, like, they were like, okay, guys, we're going to reinvent the wheel here. We're going to reinvent the wheel here of the UI. Like, I loved Modern Warfare 2019's like little like game mode selection UI thing. You had your little character walking down the road, pointing his gun, keeping a lookout. I thought that looked pretty cool. You got your favorite gun in your hand. That's great. Why change that? Right? Why ruin something good to something utter dog water? Right? Oh, great. And at first during the beta, you had to pick a playlist before you could edit your weapons, edit your operator, check the challenges that are completely blocked out and stuff like that. But that's been fixed. Recently when I was playing, I noticed that in the playlist selection area, you can now look at your weapons and operators, which this is great. The gunsmith, I think, is great. It's got great potential. It could really, I think it could do well. I hope the gunsmith helps them balance the game a lot easier. I do enjoy unlocking universal attachments. That's great. The progression in the beta felt very quick. It felt like I could pick up my guns very quickly and I could level up very quickly and not have to deal with grinding 70, 60, 80 levels for my guns just to unlock some of the best attachments. Now it just seems like I have to level up multiple guns and they're like maybe 19, 20 levels and it takes like 2 or 3 matches. That's fine with me. I'm down for that. 2 or 3 matches. I feel like by 2 or 3 matches, especially if you're later in the game's life, 2 or 3 matches, boom, gun's fully leveled, you're ready to go. I hope they don't change the XP tuning. I got every gun that you could level through the gunsmith max level or max level ish. Some of them you couldn't quite level all the way. They be like 18 to 19, 19 to 20, stuff like that. But that was fine. The audio is good and bad. They did. I think, can I be honest? The audio is really good, and it's where they spent the budget in the game. They spent every dollar they had on the audio. They didn't spend any money on the UI. They didn't spend any money on, well, they spent money on graphics, but they didn't spend any money elsewhere, right? They were just like, okay, we're gonna spend money on the audio. They got the audio team. They upped the audio team with great audio engineers or sound engineers, and they spent a lot of time with the guns, the footsteps. They made it too good to the point where we're like, okay, hold on a minute here. Now the audio is just too good, right? Now the audio is just too good. I think a ranked mode is needed for multiplayer. I think that's where they should take skill-based matchmaking and make a ranked mode. Say, hey, if you want to play Call of Duty ranked and for some rewards, because the issue is there is no ranked mode in Call of Duty. There never has really been. I think there's been league play. There's obviously the CDL and stuff like that, but there's never been like a ranked mode that people can show off, like, oh, look, you got this skin for reaching master sniper super soldier rank if you do that. That's where SBMM should exist, not in like a casual playlist or like a quick play playlist, but stuff like that. But whatever. I guess if Infinity War wants, Infinity War, I'll say at the end of the video. I've talked about the audio. I talked about the ranked mode. Perks. I don't like this new perk system. The perk system needs to be reworked, but within a month, I don't think they can. The multiplayer of the game is a month and like 2 days away. It's September 26th today. So yeah, it's basically little over a month. The campaign is coming up fast, and I'm more excited for that than I am for the multiplayer, to be honest. Kill streaks were buggy. I felt like when you would call in the chopper gunner, you just like sit there and just look down at the ground. You couldn't move. You're supposed. I don't know if it was a bug or not, but you're supposed to be able to move with the kill streaks. Yeah. There was buggy kill streaks. I noticed when the stealth bomber flies over, explosions go off, but they don't quite hit the ground. I did remember them talking about. How vehicles now like stay when they blow up. Helicopters disappear. I've seen those big helicopters float in the air. They just disappear. They don't land on the ground and stay. And I'm like, oh, come on. I want to see a helicopter carcass on the ground. That's not fair. Yeah. Did I might have cut myself short on the audio and I started ranting about ranked mode. Oh, well. Anyways, moving on. The maps are great. The maps are really good. The three ground war maps in this game were absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what happened, but one of the maps I think disappeared because Strife Bay and Said were the only two maps left during the last couple days. There was one other map, but it got taken out, I guess. I don't know where that went, but it got deleted. The weapons, I kind of talked about them a little bit earlier, but they are much better. They feel really good. The only issue I have is like the idle sway on the guns. You feel like you can't really hold them still. Maybe it's because, I don't really have attachments for the sniper rifle, and maybe once you get attachments, you can really kind of have the idle sway a lot less, which is okay. I guess the idle sway is whatever. Ground War is amazing. Ground War feels like the mode where you don't want to sweat that much. You don't want to deal with skill-based matchmaking. Ground War is the way to go. Probably, I don't know how it will be for the camo grind, but honestly, I'd probably grind, oh God. So I'm also watching myself play, and I just watched that guy teabag that poor guy. And I couldn't kill him. I couldn't get his revenge. That was unfortunate by me. I tried my best. Like I said, I think this is like my first game of the day. I just grabbed one and just threw it up here. Anyways, I rambled off there. The gunsmith. There we go. I got him. The gunsmith. Gunsmith is really good. It just needs work, obviously. Again, the UI is the biggest offender in this game right now. If they can fix the UI, this game has the potential of doing a lot better. They can cut back on skill-based matchmaking. They can cut back on skill-based matchmaking. Maybe make Dead Silence a perk. Give everyone their favorite playstyle. Like they said, they were like, hey, we want to give everyone their favorite playstyle, right? You have your quote-unquote rushers, stalkers, and sentinels, aka people who play the game aggressive or people who sit in a corner. Sentinels, right? Rushers and stalkers, I think, are kind of the same thing in my opinion. They're both aggressive players, but one goes forward and the other one kind of flanks. But there's no any, maybe unless they balance the audio a lot better, right? They're like, okay, we're gonna balance the audio. There are a few. Oh, right. I just remembered something, and this video just reminded me. There's a perk in this game. I think it's called Lifeline. It's basically Last Stand. This might have been a bug with the game, but when you down somebody and then kill them, it doesn't count as a full kill. So you don't get like your kill streak or something like that. That should be fixed. I'm bouncing all over the place. I said I wouldn't try and do that, but whatever. And I just talked to myself. I talk to myself out loud a lot. Sorry. Let's see. The audio I talked about. Cheaters and hackers. They're not gonna get to those. I think that's about everything. I think this game has great potential. Like I said, if they fix the UI, which they probably don't have the time to, the UI is probably the first or second thing made for the, I hope, well, probably made alongside the gameplay. Gameplay feels good. Guns feel good. Movement could be worked on a little bit. There's plenty of issues with that. Right. Let me do talk about the movement for a minute here. They took out slide canceling. So slide canceling is gone, which, whatever, they want to take it out. It's still in the game. It still exists. You can, it's weird how you can do it. You can, there's 3 different ways. One of them requires you to have knowledge of Mortal Kombat and its finishers, or you can have, Mortal Kombat and its finishers, right? Because like one is, I'm trying to remember it. Hold on. Is you ADS or you slide, ADS melee jump. It's like, what? Why would I do that? Like, that's stupid. And then another one is like slide ADS jump or slide ADS jump, which people, I don't know. I'm not going to bother slide canceling, but I don't think Infinity War is going to fix it at any point in time, because they couldn't fix. See, here we go, right here. So I killed that guy, but it doesn't count as a full kill. So it didn't count towards my kill streaks, but I downed him and then I full killed him and it didn't give it to me, which is weird. That's a bug that needs to be fixed. And I just jumped all over the place, but I was pointing something out. I do that. I'm sorry. This is also like my first like ever kind of like thoughts and opinions video, so it's gonna be a little all over the place. But all in all, to sum everything up, give me Dead Silence. Fix some of the UI issues. Fix the UI. Add a ranked mode. Balance the audio a little bit better. Fix the perk system. Make sure the helicopter actually moves, because there it was just sitting there. Tone back on skill-based matchmaking. And I think all in all, we'll be in for a good Call of Duty. Because remember, this Call of Duty's got to last 2 years. And it might not make it, right? Like, Call of Duty tends to fall out of relevance after the first 6 months or so. That's what happened with, like, Vanguard or other Call of Duties. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching this. See you guys when the multiplayer goes live on the 28th, and I'll see you guys when the campaign goes live on the 20th.